This is a video for my NEA app called JupiTimer, which is a timer for study sessions that you can add labels to so that you can have statistics on them and leaderboards. So this is what happens when you first load the app. So you're met with a login page with an email, a password, login, and register. So when you hit this, we're going to try all of the data first that gives us errors. So for example, an account that doesn't exist would be test. And then let's do like a wrong email format, and then there's password as password. So if we do register with that, it says unable to validate email address in valid format. If we do login, it says invalid login credentials because this account obviously doesn't exist because it cannot exist. If we now do existing account like this with the wrong password, let's say too short of a password, so we'll just do 12, and we do login. It says invalid login credentials. If we do register, password should be at least 6 characters. We make the password 6 characters now. Well, this account already exists, keep in mind. Yep, user already registered. So now if we do login with the correct, because these are correct details, but you just cannot do register, it takes you to your home screen. So here you have a couple of things. This is the menu button. This is the stopwatch, this is the timer, this is your picker for the labels, and this is your time display, and this is your start and stop button. So up here, if you click on timers, this change over here. So as you can see on stopwatch, you just have a timer that displays 0, and you cannot click on it because a stopwatch just counts up and up and up and up. You don't need a timer to be running out. But with the timer, you have a predetermined value of 25, but you can click on it and you can change this duration. So if we were to do 2 minutes, because we don't need anything long for demonstration, like that, sorry. Yeah, it is. Now you have labels. So if I were to have no labels, which I probably should have made a new account and shown this as well, but if I were to have no labels and try to press start, it comes up with a error saying that you don't have any labels. Please create one. Sorry. Please create one before trying to start a session. In our case, we do have one. So if we hit start now, the picker, it gets hidden and this new button comes up. If we try to switch over to a different timer mode, you're not allowed to, so you're not allowed to switch modes while the timer is running. This is your distraction button. So currently it's on 0, and if you click on it, let's say somebody just walked in and they start talking to you and you're getting very distracted from the task. You just click on it, or whatever distraction it may be. Let's say I had 7 distractions. If we hit stop, then it asks you what percentage of your planned task did you complete. Well, I had 7 distractions, so I did quite poorly. Let's say only like 78% of my task. Once you hit confirm, it tells you the time elapsed is 34 seconds, the distractions was 7, your productivity was 78, and you were 6% more efficient than predicted. The way that this calculates this is it does the actual productivity minus the predicted productivity. And the way that it predicts it is it's a linear model that takes the amount of distractions and takes it away from 100, which it predicts like how much distractions affect you. So if you had 0 distractions, then you're most likely predicted to have 100% productivity of the task that you were trying to do. And to click out of this, you literally just click anywhere else out of this widget. Some things to show. As you can see on stopwatch, you cannot click this. When creating a new label, when you hit add new label, a modal pops up which asks for this. So let's say test video. This is just for no test label. This enables the, so if we look at my labels table, it has a is productive boolean, and if this is checked, then this is true. If this is unchecked, then this is false. We'll leave it as checked and hit add new label, and then we can go over here and select it, and then again hit start, couple of distractions or whatnot. Hit stop. And then wait, if we look over here at study sessions, as you can see, nothing new has come up. Like the one with test video is not here. But as soon as you press confirm, it gets written. So this waits for you to enter your productivity, because although this is sorry, where actual productivity, although actual productivity is not set as being not null, the program itself forces it to never be a null value in here. So if this efficiency score ends up being negative, then it says less efficient. But if it's a positive number, then it says more efficient. So here we had 4 distractions, 78 productivity, and we were 6% less efficient than predicted. So that means that the calculated productivity was 84, and then does 78 minus 84, and then you get minus 6, which is, why can I not see it? Over here, which is minus 6, and that's why it says less than, because it's a negative number. I think this may be all for this page. I mean, I talked about how when you press start, this disappears and the distraction button pops up like that. Okay, yeah. Once you press menu, you can choose to go to home, statistics, leaderboard, or settings. So if we go to statistics page, this shows us our timeline and like a statistics widget. So for the timeline, on the left it shows the start time that we did those sessions at, the label of the session, and the elapsed time in that session. And you can choose which day you want to look at by this picker over here. So I think if I go back, I should have some sessions. Nope. I don't have any existing sessions on this account except for today. So if you click on these, let's say you want to delete a session because you either did it by mistake or it doesn't reflect what you studied, you can click on it. Sorry, I misclicked. You can click on it and it says, are you sure you want to delete the session? Test video, the label name. You hit delete, and then it automatically refetches the data and re-renders it to you in the correct way. If you click this and click cancel, obviously nothing happens. Now if we shift our view to the statistics widget for today, because this is selected on day and it's on the 26th, which is, yep, that's today. The total productive is 44 seconds, which is wrong. It should be 38. Here, let's try and log out because I know I'm currently rate limited with Superbase, so it could be that. Go back to statistics. Okay, there we go. Sorry, that was not meant to happen. I'm currently having issues with the free version of Superbase, which is constantly rate limiting me, like how much requests I'm allowed to send, which, yep, it's messing up things, but this works as it's meant to, and you'll be able to see from the code too. So this calculates the total productive time, which both of these labels were under productive. That's why it says 38 seconds as a total. And if we were to have a not productive one, so let's create one now. Let's just say singing, not productive, add the label, can select it. I don't think I selected it. I did not. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. And if we go back to statistics, all of the new sessions are now shown here. And then once again, I'm being rate limited. Let's quickly reload the whole app because sometimes I can have these problems. Also, as you can see, I didn't have to relog in because this saves your information on the same device. So if you were to go from device to device, it obviously wouldn't save it. But on the same device, it does remember you and it automatically relogs you in. It keeps your session unless you click log out. Here we go. Now it's working. As you can see, the total not productive time, which was singing, is now shown here. And each one of the labels are counted up, like the total amount of time. And the same way that you can do it for the timeline, as you can go back and forward, you can do for the statistics like that, except that you can choose the time frame. So let's say you want to look just at today, but if you wanted to look at the whole week from the 26th to March 6th, then you can choose that, or you can go back, or you can go even more back. And the same way you can do for the month or the whole year. So eventually it would show you like the total productive time that you've done last year. And then you could break it up into all of these labels. You could say, okay, yep, I did, I don't know, 40 hours on physics and 10 10 videos 10 hours on mathematics. um and you can check like how much breaks you have or how much leisure time you spent in certain activities. This is all very user specific, and it depends on what the user uses it for. And if we go to leaderboard, here it shows you two unknown um, users, sorry, which these are the ones that haven't set their username yet, since the program, it doesn't force you to set a username since this isn't really necessary. But this is a um, global leaderboard, meaning that it shows every single user that has been registered, even the ones that don't have a username yet, which is just displayed as unknown. So I think this is an account that I'm logged in currently, or maybe one of these. Um, so this displays in terms of, in terms of elapsed time, with the greatest elapsed time at the bottom, and then it descends, and it also shows the username. And if we go finally to the settings, okay, I'm one of the unknowns. So let's say you want to set a new username. We'll again just call it test. You hit on enter. That's when it does it. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Test. And it says profile picture is null. That's because there's obviously no profile picture. So this is a profile picture page. This is to delete. If you have it. If I do that now, it doesn't do anything, because on press of this button, it updates this. Yep, that the time change, but it updates this to null. So if I click on here, this is the only picture I have on my emulator. But if we use that, and then we wait for it, hopefully I'm not. Okay, I'm not. It sets it just like that to the actual image itself. And if I were to log out and come back in, this would still be here. But I can do delete profile picture, and that upserts null to the current entry where the user ID is the one from the session. Let me enter this again. And then wait, if I show you to log out, and then if I log back in, my profile picture should still be there. Yep. If we go back to the leaderboard, I'm now called test. You can see which one is me, 41 seconds. I'm currently in the third in the leaderboard. And I'm pretty sure that's all of the features I've shown. Maybe I've missed a couple of airness, like bound type of tests. Oh yes, for example here, when you try you add a new label. If you add a new label with nothing, then it says label name is required. Please enter a label name before adding. Another one is, which I may have mentioned before, if you don't have a label and you try to start a session, it will force you to create a new label, because you cannot make any sessions without any labels, since that will cause problems for our statistics screen over here. But yeah, that is my NEA. It's called JupiTimer, and